Hi everyone, I'd like to introduce Kathy Condon, the CEO and founder of the Brisbane Art Prize and also a practicing artist.
Hi.
Um, Hi Kathy. So the Brisbane Art Prize is offering a $10,000 first prize and it's open to national and international artists, which actually leads to my first question. A number of the other Australian art prizes that I've spoken to found international entrants a little bit of a challenge, and I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Uh, I think that's our biggest point of difference is the fact that we're open to the world for entries. I think the fact that the works have to be 40 by 40 centimetres helps, because with artists around the world sending their work, it's not that expensive for them, and it's also, we had 13 countries represented last year and a lot from Europe, but Uh, I think it's really interesting that they don't seem to have an issue with it. They're excited to come to Australia as well, which is a really nice selling point for Brisbane.
Now, your theme this year asks for artists to interpret the theme of the meaning of life, which
Hmm.
I keep hearing one of the Monty Python crew whistling that song. But look, I'm sure that you're getting more serious entries than that one. Tell us a little bit about what you're expecting from the artists who enter.
Sure. Well, I think, as you know, it's an open category award, which also makes it quite unique. So we have entries ranging from painting, drawing, printmaking, sculpture, and photography. Across all of those genres, we have artists that depict their meaning of life. And so, as you can imagine, it's a massive range.
Kathy, there's a size restriction for entries. Talk us through that a little bit and how that affects the different media as well.
Sure. The 40 by 40 centimetre parameter is there as an equaliser. So often in prizes, the biggest one wins or the loudest one wins. This is a deliberate, a deliberate ploy by the pre-selection committee to keep everyone on an equal playing field, and we really require that when we have, the open category. We did have some sculptures last year, so they were hung on a platform, so that's how they sat, but they were no higher than 40 centimetres, no wider than 40 centimetres, so it was just, a 3D 40 by 40, I suppose, by 40. All the other works, if you're doing a work on paper, is then, it's just to make sure that your frame is 40 by 40. And we do supply some canvases as well that are 40 by 40 for painters or multimedia artists who work with paint or on canvas.
Now, tell us a little bit about what the benefits are for the artists that make it to your finalist exhibition. I mean, if you're going to have artists from overseas in the show, I mean, how many are in it? Where's it going to be held?
Sure. Last year we had 88 that were pre-selected and hung, and that was the 13 countries I'm talking about. We had artists from across Australia, a lot of local artists around Brisbane, southeast Queensland, but what happens is the ones that actually come to the event network heavily, manage to meet a lot of other artists, talk about practice, art forms, opportunities. And that potentially every 2 years when the expo's on is expanded quite a lot. However, this year we're at the Judith Wright Centre, so that means that we're really positioned very well in the cultural hub of Brisbane in the Valley. And I think we're there in the shop front. We've got really good exposure. So basically anyone who is pre-selected for the prize gets fantastic amount of exposure through that.
Okay, let's just summarise and recap the key dates.
So entries close June 30. So it's pretty timely, I think, because lots of artists tend to work towards that deadline in the last month. And then the exhibition is on in August, so it'll be 15th to the 21st, and that's at Judith Wright Centre in Brunswick Street in the Valley. Yeah, the exhibition should be great. We've got 3 fabulous judges this year. We've got Bruce Heiser, who's got a gallery in Brisbane, a very reputable gallery. Alison Kubler, who's a consultant and also a curator at the UQ Art Museum. And Scott Maxwell, who works for Flying Arts, is out and about on the ground with artists all the time and is probably averages about 3 exhibitions in Brisbane that he attends every week. So, and it's not an easy prize to judge because it's a massive concept in a rigorous size parameter, and it's an open category and it's international. So,
all right. Kathy, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us, and for all the artists listening to this video, get your entries in. It sounds like an absolutely amazing exhibition to be part of. Thanks again, Kathy.
Thanks very much, Moran.